Greetings. Welcome to Cloud on Air, the journey from big data to AI. My name is Evren Eryurek. I'm the technical director in the CTO office of Google Cloud. And today I'll be talking about healthcare solutions that we're building with clouds and AI technologies with many of our key partners. Throughout the event, you can ask your questions, and our experts are online, receiving your questions and responding to you as fast as they can. Please ask away. Every one of the companies that I talk to, regardless of the industry that they're in, are faced with similar challenges. What to do with the data? How can they be much more data-driven? How can they really find the right talent and retain them? How can they be more agile and deliver solutions much faster than they have been doing it? And of course, everybody has security and compliance as top of mind for themselves. When you look at everybody and all the industries, we know data is everywhere. It's coming out every minute, every second, from the applications we use, from the tools that we use, from the devices that we use. The key is, the data that you're sitting on, is it actionable? That's where Google Cloud comes in and helps you accelerate achieving those insights from the data that you're sitting on. Throughout, you're going to be hearing about this in this event. When I look at cloud and what it means for the healthcare industry, it's a massive shift. It's a big way of changing from how we used to do things to what is happening in the new world that we're looking at. We go from CapEx world to an OpEx world. We go from rigid applications to a very flexible, easy to use applications. We go from siloed data to integrated solutions. It's all about the patient, where you can actually achieve a true patient-centric view of the applications. Many ask us, regardless of where we are, why now? Well, it's a very simple answer. Look at the accessibility to the super technologies that we have in our fingertips. Our kids have access to better technologies than all of us did throughout their school years. We're always connected, and we have access to massive data sets. No matter where you are in the world, no matter where you're looking at and what you're trying to solve for. All these three come together and actually achieve what we want to achieve, and this is why now. Before I go too deep into the Google Cloud, I wanted to actually highlight what we mean by Google Cloud. Within Google Cloud, there are a few things that is really important to highlight. We're all familiar with the Google Cloud platform. It's your infrastructure as a service, it's your platform as a service that we're building all these applications on this massive network that we have. On it, we also have the maps, we also have the ML APIs. We also have what's called G Suite. It's a fantastic application when it comes to healthcare and achieving collaboration between the physicians, between the specialists, among the care delivery institutions. You can actually achieve all that with G Suite, very readily available, HIPAA compliant environments. Chrome and Android, it's designed for healthcare. One of the things that I learned over the past year when I joined, since I joined Google, is how Chrome and the Chromebook and Android applications and the infrastructure is really designed for healthcare. Today, we can achieve all the specialist desks, all the multi-user environments that we can actually deliver solutions. Take a look at the Google Class. The Google Class and its applications for the healthcare industry is going to really enable patient engagements. It's going to enable your transcription. It's going to enable your access to medical records. We've seen some examples already in some key institutions who are leveraging Google Cloud and Google Glass. All these products, 7 of them have over 1 billion users. One of them has 2 billion users. And to achieve the user experience throughout the world, globally, 24/7, we had to build the world's best network, hardware, software, and operations. That's what we have as Google Cloud. A couple of years ago, we've decided to open up this massive capability to all the industries to leverage the technologies that we have in hand so that they can deliver their solutions for their industries. To achieve this, Google built its own network. We run our own fiber optic throughout the world. With this massive network capability, we can achieve the experiences that every one of us are faced with, and experiences that we are all enjoying no matter where we are in the world. Over 30% of the internet data goes over our own network. And to do this, to manage this, we spend over 10 billion every year to really sustain this capability for our own applications, for our own use cases. Imagine what you can do in your industry massively leveraging these capabilities. When it comes to healthcare, two things are common questions: security and compliance. Without these two, and they're always going hand in hand, we cannot really talk about healthcare applications and delivering healthcare applications. In security, we have over 750 dedicated engineers working day in, day out, 24/7, working with the world's best institutions to really establish the highest levels of security requirements. We do this thing by spending over 2 billion alone to achieve this capability. And doing this thing comes rather easily for us, because when you look at Google Cloud and its software and its hardware, from the lowest level of the chip all the way to the servers that we build and we deliver our capabilities, hardware and software are all built by Google. At a given time, we're one of the largest hardware manufacturing institutions in the world. And this is what really gives us the differentiating capability. Our software and hardware at the root of it trust each other, and no other software can get in there. We do not have Patch Tuesday events on Google Cloud that one can actually use to get in and use it as a weak spot. When it comes to compliance, all of these have to be met, especially to deliver healthcare solutions. We've received all the compliance, and we're working even more on these to really expand our compliance capabilities. When you look at 27018, one of the ISO certifications that I want to actually highlight in here, that's designed for data, how you deal with data, how you handle data. That didn't exist. A few years ago, Google invited ISO, and they started working hand in hand to achieve this capability so that we can audit, we can actually figure out how it can be done, because Google works with the ecosystem, achieves all these as an ecosystem member to deliver the best-in-class solutions. Everyone else will be soon compliant with the 27018, but I wanted to highlight what we do and how we do it as a member of the ecosystem. Again, in the world of healthcare, many of you will be asking about BAA. I encourage each and every one of you to visit our compliance website. I have a sample of the services in here that are all BAA compliant and ready for you to really kick off your application today. There was a period of time I actually tried to keep up with this slide, but our engineering organization delivers massive solutions at a very, very rapid pace. So that site is up to date. You can start with it. One thing I want to highlight for each and every one of you is you can actually be very comfortable using these services, because you will notice there are no asterisks in the services. You don't really have to do certain things to remain compliant when you're actually using these cloud services. In Google, we take it upon ourselves to make it easy for you end-to-end, no matter where you are in the world, to really focus on your value-added applications for your own solutions, where we make these services fully compliant end-to-end that you can take advantage of in a rapid manner. I wanted to highlight one of the APIs that you may have seen it, our data loss prevention API. This is a fantastic capability, especially for healthcare. Imagine all the PHI data that we're dealing with. There are built-in capabilities, and you can actually take the snippets of the code and take advantage of it in your own delivery systems. This capability comes in built-in within our G Suite. So when it's done, configured properly, you won't be able to send PHI data using our infrastructure, using our technologies. This is a really great enabling capability and one that is much needed for the healthcare industry. When you look at Google Cloud and all the tiers of the stack, you can go from any one of the angles. Our businesses, our consumer solutions, our business solutions, many of our alphabet companies are all leveraging these technologies. And many start from different places. Some come to us. They actually want to improve their collaboration. We start from the Teams aspect of it. Some come to us from the infrastructure. We help them with the lift and shift. Some come, many of you are here to really hear about data analytics and AI technologies and what we're doing here. You can actually start and make your journey a fruitful one. You can start taking the steps today towards what you want to do. Here's a sample of examples, services that we leverage, from management all the way to the machine learning. Come to our website, you will actually get a feel for every one of them. You can start within minutes. You can start your own project relatively easily as long as you have an email address and start taking advantage of these services. There are many out there. There are different solutions that you can start using today. I wanted to highlight a few examples. And if you notice, these are healthcare and finance examples. In my opinion, these are the toughest industries to meet in terms of security and compliance requirements. And each and every one of them have come to Google Cloud to really take advantage of the massive infrastructure, security capabilities, big data capabilities, compute capabilities that we have. And I'll highlight some of the examples down the road for you. I hope you're asking questions. We're ready to answer all your questions. Some are going to be asking, how do I get the most from my data? That's a key question, because we're all sitting on data, but we have some challenges. Maybe we don't know how to get a hold of the data. It's trapped somewhere in the silo, or we don't have the right talent, or we don't have the right tools. These are all common questions, common challenges that every industry is faced with. This is where we are able to help you and accelerate your journey. When you look at the data, 90% of the data is unstructured, meaning you can't put in the rows and columns, meaning it's lots of images. Imagine what we're dealing with in the healthcare world. Lots of diagnostics images, lots of handwritten texts and voice and scribbles and charts and so forth. That is constituting the majority of the data that we deal with in healthcare. It turns out, same challenge exists for all other industries as well. 90% of the enterprise data being unstructured, this is where Google Cloud and its technologies can help you. We've been building all our technologies based on this type of data. This is what we really have been focusing on over the decades or so. When you look at the journey in the world of IT, I put this in here between 2010 and 2020. I'm bullish about the 2020. Come 2020, we will be talking how we made this journey and how we actually lived it. We will no longer be talking about where the compute is taking place. Rather, we will be talking about how the compute is taking place, how fast we are able to develop these collaborative technologies and solutions using machine learning capabilities for the industries that we're serving. This is happening right now. Many have begun their journey and actually delivering solutions on these technologies today. When you look at getting insight from your data, there are a number of things that we have to do. Access to data, some try to clean up the data, some try to put it in formats that they're familiar with or they're comfortable with. Lots of things that we do that is not really a value add. Where Google Cloud is focusing on is, how can we make your journey easy? Where by taking over these capabilities, the plumbing capabilities, access capabilities, storage capabilities, making it as easy as possible so you can actually expand the time that you're spending on getting insight from your data. Don't spend most of your time in non-value add sections. Spend most of your time on value add, what you do best. Our technologies, our products, our capabilities are here to really accelerate this journey and make it as easy as possible for you. Big data solutions. Many of you have been using it, various technologies. When you look at all the services that we have that helps you achieve your big data services, big data needs, they're all here. Just a click of a button, you can actually have access to the big queries, the data proc, the pub subs, they're all in here for you to really build real-time solutions, IoT solutions, whatever you want to do with the massive data sets that you may be sitting on. It's here for you to use. Google Cloud, it's a platform designed and ready for machine learning and AI. Throughout this event, you're hearing what it means for each and every one of the industries and how we're doing it. TensorFlow is one of those capabilities that we actually opened up and made it available to the masses about 2 years ago. Today, it's the #1 used framework. You can build very complex machine learning algorithms using this capability. My kids who are in middle school and high school are actually building models leveraging this technology in their schools today. It's that easy. As an AI student, where I did my master's and PhD on it, I didn't have access to these super technologies today, from its compute to its ability to build really, really complex models. You have it all in here. And take a look at the CPU, GPU, and then you're probably noticing the TPU. You may be wondering what TPU is. When you look at all the data that we're dealing with, massive sets of data coming in real time at all times, Moore's law lives and survives. We know it's going to be a challenge for us. It's one of the reasons our top engineers got together and made TPU, that's TensorFlow Processing Unit. We knew we need to come up with a new, faster processing unit to deal with these highly complex machine learning models and deep learning models that actually accelerates at a lower cost that we can do. This is all available on Google Cloud. Some of our early adopters have been using it and massively taking advantage of it. I encourage each and every one of you to take a look at it. Like I said, we spent over a decade integrating all these ML technologies into our solutions. We're all using it. Many of us are using the search, many of us are using the Gmail, many of us are using the phone applications. All of them have ML capabilities in it. And these technologies, these enabling capabilities are ready here for you to use and address your solutions, address your own challenges. This is why I'm here. Key to success in deep learning. I mentioned, as a student of AI, this is one of the things. You want as much data as possible, so you can actually have these data sets available for building your models. And good model requires these. And good model also requires lots of training. And that means lots of compute. In Google Cloud, you have access to all of them. With these, now you're ready to really ask the tough questions. You want to use Google Cloud and the pre-built models? You're more than welcome. There are 2 ways you can actually come and do it. We have these models. You can come, take advantage of it, and apply to it. And I'll give some examples already. Or you can come, use the infrastructure, use the framework, start from scratch, build your own models, using your data towards the outcome that you want. Your IP, your technologies, your data, simply our infrastructure for you. We've done some of the hard work on some of the key APIs that we made it available. Many are using, many are taking advantage of it to deliver products and solutions today. I've seen examples in healthcare institutions. I've seen examples in imaging institutions. Many of them are taking advantage of them. And you can do the same. You can start from there. Let's take a look at a few of them. This is an application that I use commonly on my phone, on my Pixel, all the time. You can download it. You can actually use it wherever you go, and whatever the language that you want to translate, real time. Imagine what you can do it in the world of you live in and the healthcare solutions that you want to build. Over 110 languages in our Cloud Speech API. Can you imagine in a health institution where you're actually scrambling to find the right person who may understand that patient who just walked into the institution? You can find a solution by taking advantage of these technologies today. If you take a look at it, speech-to-text transcriptions, these are all there. These are all things that you can do in the worlds that you're living in. Take a look at the vision. You have this API in your fingertips to really take advantage of anything you want to do. Many are using it now to do detections of images, radiology images, what have you, logo detections maybe for your institution. World is your oyster. You can actually achieve many, many things with the APIs that we have in here. Translation, that's another one. I have seen examples, two different people speaking two different languages and communicating with one another. What can you do with this in your healthcare environment? What can you do it within your imaging center in your healthcare delivery world? Video intelligence is one of my favorite APIs. We know how to deal with the text and image and so forth. But this one is, imagine a video, imagine a real-time video where you're trying to get insight from it. You're asking for certain things of it. And you can achieve that using this API readily available today. You can improve it. You can start from the same models that we already built and made it available. You can make yours. And these are all here for you to really accelerate your own journey. Few examples on the world of healthcare. When you look at cloud, how it is changing delivering healthcare, how it is changing doing clinical search, we are really in a much more collaborative environment where many of us across the globe can access to these technologies and collaborate with one another, do the research, do the developments that many healthcare professionals are trying to do in the most secure, in the most compliant ways. I mentioned G Suite. This is a capability really built for healthcare industry. Everybody talks about, in the world of imaging, image exchange. Everybody talks about tumor board applications. Everybody talks about providing a technology where how we can actually connect pathologists to radiologists to specialists to cardiologists so that they can actually provide care in a compliant environment. G Suite and Google Cloud is designed for it. Number of our partners are leveraging these capabilities to really build their solutions. IoT, everybody's trying to do something. Imagine patient care, patient delivery by taking advantage of the technologies you gather from the patient and bringing it on board to the solutions that you want to deliver. These are all services that you can actually take advantage of and bring an IoT solution today leveraging Google Cloud. You may have seen the announcements that we made. Imaging-based diagnostics. Probably you've read the diabetic retinopathy white paper that we've published. A fantastic technology. Our engineers worked with many of the clinicians, hundreds of thousands of images to build and master the model building. And the models that we built are far superior to the day in, day out estimates of the top clinicians. These technologies are there to augment, to help them improve how they deliver care. It's really important. Machines don't get tired. We can ask the tough questions. If a machine can do it, let it do, so that the clinicians, specialists, the doctors, pathologists, radiologists, dermatologists can actually spend more time working with the patients, spend all of their time talking and delivering care to the patients. Google Genomics is one of those capabilities that we worked very closely with the top institutions, from Broad to Stanford, and they're all available for everyone to take advantage of. I'm highlighting in here Broad Institution's example. Their cloud platform is open to anybody on the world of genomics, and they build everything leveraging Google Cloud technologies. Look what they're able to achieve today. They're able to achieve 400 genomes per day, which requires massive compute, massive storage. And they're able to do this thing, and they're able to do it while saving lots of money for themselves. Here's another example that I wanted to highlight, which I'm so proud because we were able to build this capability within weeks. The problem was very specific, and it's population health. They knew exactly what to do, our partners in Colorado University. They knew what types of data they wanted to bring in. Some of it they already had access, some of it was the public data. We were able to pull together four of our cloud services from storage, genomics, BigQuery, and compute. And we were able to put together the solution. With 133 million de-identified data, we achieved this population health infrastructure, and we're able to ask the questions, get the answers. And the performances, we didn't do any tweaking. We were able to achieve 1 to 5 seconds performance, which is superior to anything that our customer was imagining. Now think of what you can do in the world of cloud, with all the data that you have access to, with all the capabilities that you're seeking to deliver your solutions. These are the differences that we have in Google Cloud. You can actually unlock your data and get to the value that you want to deliver very rapidly. You can deliver your modern applications. It's an infrastructure designed to deliver modern applications. You can do all your MVPs today. You can leverage this foundation, you can leverage this capability, and we're providing the best of technologies from Google to make use of for the industries that you're using and you're delivering your solutions. Each and every one of them are here for you in healthcare, from payer world to provider world to genomics world to pharma world. We're not just thinking about what we can do today. We're thinking about what's possible tomorrow. When you come to Google Cloud, you'll be part of the innovation platform. We will always be innovating with you towards delivering best-in-class solutions with the best-in-class technologies. We're here to work with you, we're here to partner with you. I hope you're asking the questions. I hope you're finding this session very useful. And I'm looking forward to hearing from each and every one of you. And thank you for your time. Thank you for joining our session. And have a great day.
Because you can feel good.
Absolutely.
So let's actually table that for now. Everyone joining from Dr. Ariuk's section, welcome back. We are talking about applying to Google because Google Cloud is hiring. So if you find that even a little interesting, you should apply today.
Absolutely. So Joanna, what tips would you give someone who's looking to join Google?
So quite honestly, check out our website, google.com/jobs. We have tons of information on the hiring process and how that works and what you can expect, as well as resources for anyone looking to prepare for a technical interview. And most importantly, we are constantly updating our job opportunities, which are searchable by role, product, and location. So you can find opportunities that are perfect for you.
Absolutely. So now we've got about a minute until the next sessions come up. Let's talk about what we've got coming up next. In Big Data, you can learn how to simplify ETL with a stream analytics solution that's easy to adapt, adopt, scale, and manage with Sergey and Kerr.
For the AI track, tune into Reimagining Conversational Experiences with Cloud Speech and Dialogue Flow with Dan, who has, fun fact, tracked up both sides of Mount Everest.
That is intimidatingly impressive. And for folks who are in the financial sector, learn what AI means to you with Scott Penberthy.
As a reminder, you can ask questions all day. We have Googlers standing by. They're on the ready. And you can leave your session feedback inside of each session. So have fun, and we'll see you again in less than 30 minutes.